Testing, testing. Hey, good morning, everyone. Please let me know if you're able to hear me. Good morning, good morning. Ghost, what's good? Again, thank you for joining. Appreciate that love. Are you able to hear me okay? Am I coming in clear or choppy? All right, sweet deal. All right, let me get to it. All right, so once again, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button, as well as that notification bell. All right, but here we go on the dollar, guys. You can see that we have a nice falling channel. All right, and again, this is a bullish reversal pattern, so we can pretty much expect some sort of, let's see, which one was it? Forecast. You can expect some kind of move up to the previous day high. Okay, that'll be our breakout, and then we'll have, oh, maybe that's not it. One second. Strikos. Yeah, that's it. All right. So we'll get a test up to the high of the previous day. Probably a pullback one more time to about here. And then we should get the break where, dollar gets up out of there, does another little pullback. And once again, just continues to go. So, this is what I'm expecting to happen throughout the rest of the morning. Now, we do have news on the dollar. And let me see what it was. All right, so at 8:30, it's durable goods orders month over month. And it's forecasted to be a negative 4.7. Previously, it was 0.0. I have no idea if, I mean, that sounds bad. Um, the data is usually revised. Oh, no, change in the total value of new purchase orders placed with manufacturers for durable goods. It's a leading indicator of production. Rising purchase orders signal that manufacturers will increase activities as they work to fill these orders. Right? So definitely just something that you know uh tells us how good, companies are doing pretty much. So I'm not too sure, with that number being so drastically negative, um, if that's really a good or bad thing, right? Yeah, I don't know how to really gauge that one. All right, but it's at 8:30, and then we have more dollar news. CB consumer confidence at 10 a.m. All right, so we'll definitely have activity all the way up until 12, 1 o'clock this afternoon. All right, so you definitely want to be up now, looking at the setups to see what the potential is going to be for the rest of the morning, and um, try to get into your plays early so that you can cash out before the day is over with. All right. So once again, guys, just expecting a bullish move on the dollar, right? But we can also get news to be very bad, and then we fall, right from this resistance area. So you have to understand that just because this looks, or just because this is a bearish reversal pattern, that, I'm sorry, bullish reversal pattern, that it still can keep playing out bearish, right? It's not bullish until it breaks this this high, to the left, pulls back once again to kind of respect where it broke as a a support area. And then once those bulls show up like this, now we should continue rising higher. Um, but again, and there's still possibilities of it just getting here and then coming back and then playing and doing whatever and possibly hitting one of these numbers, right? But ultimately, when we have news sitting behind a move like this, right? And then respecting this as support, and then it kind of does one of these numbers, we can just pretty much assume that this is all going to start to play out, right? And that's what I'm hoping for to happen. But reading the news, it doesn't really sound like it's going to be too positive. But again, I don't know what the outcome is going to be. It's just thinking of it, um, you know, emotionally, I guess, right? With the way that it sounds, it doesn't sound good. So I'm going to be very cautious or very careful, right? I don't need to rush anything, all right? I don't need to hurry up and, get into something because I think the dollar's going to rise. I need to wait, right? This is why patience, again, is so important until I see, things that are telling me, okay, the dollar's starting to rise. So, don't be that individual, guys, who, you're hearing me say, oh, the dollar's going to rise. So you automatically, go and sell NZD USD, right? Yeah, you can do that, right? That's, you know, eventually, the dollar will rise at some point, right? But if you don't see that it's rising yet, then you're just getting into it prematurely, right? And you need to understand that's the case, and that you very well could end up not being correct. All right. So um, right around 8:30, right, is when I'm going to be expecting the upward movement or the downward movement, on the dollar. So if it starts to move down, right, then I'm expecting it to get to the previous week low and potentially turn around from there because we'll be at a support area from a horizontal standpoint, and then we'll also be at a support area from the bottom of the rising channel. All right, so that's really it, guys. I'll put a few alerts below price right now, just in case it starts to drop. But I don't think it's going to do much, as we're speaking on the dollar. But this is a good way to evaluate what's going to happen this morning. All right, guys. So dollar, I'm bullish. I'm still bullish, unless I see something that shows us that we're not, because already that's the case, right? Let me just say that right now is that it's already rejecting this previous day high, right? And we're still at the resistance area of the entire channel, all right? So as we're doing this, we can easily just start to do this, right? And head down to the bottom of the channel. It'll still be, doing this channel thing, okay? So even though, I'm expecting, bullish reversal at some point, I need to wait until I get something that tells me, okay, it's time to rock and roll to the upside. Because for now, nothing is telling me that. All right, that's what that is. So 1 second. All right. So again, my team has already got into the New Zealand dollar, right, for a sell. Again, guys, here's the rising channel, the breakout, the retest, and the bear showed up right here. So we took the sell. We're in profit right now, about 5 pips, and our stop loss is above the high of the previous week. So again, what's expected is this. Get a push down. Okay, come back. One more push up, and then we should continue to push down. Okay, that's what I'm expecting for New Zealand dollar. Something like this. All right. So push, push back, push down, push back, push down, push back, et cetera, until our take profit is smashed. Now, typically news would cause this to move fairly quickly. All right. Plus the fact that our chart pattern is already played out, right? You know what I mean? What this represents has already given us the new low, the new higher low, I'm sorry, lower high, and then a lower low once again. So we're just supposed to continue that market structure on down, and we'll do that if news for the dollar is good. Okay, that's what that'll be. But if news for the dollar is bad, of course, we can potentially lose this trade as New Zealand dollar starts to rise up and then, goes potentially to the previous week high. And, maybe it'll fall from there. Maybe it'll keep rising. Just never know how strong or weak the news is. All right. But what I'm seeing on the chart tells me that price will fall. All right. So I'm going to go with that because typically, the charts tell you, what you need to know. Right. A lot of times we go against that because of how we feel. Right. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's showing you that, they're never showing up for your birthday every year, but every year, you still have that high expectation that they're gonna, show up. That's not how that works, right? At some point, you gotta understand that they're showing you exactly what you need to see, and that's what the charts do, right? They give us, what their intentions are, right, versus what we hope for it to do, all right? So, any of these dollar-based pairs, guys, are looking good for a sell. All right. If we look at the odd dollar, look, same thing. All right. The rising channel, the break. Here's the retest. Again, I haven't really drawn any levels, but you guys can visually see that this is ready to go. Okay. And again, euro dollar, same thing. Right. We went up and look how we rejected this resistance area. Right. Right here. Oh wait. Right there, right? So that high, when we went down, we came up and we went right back to that same area and rejected it. Did another little dance, pushed up once again. Oh, you think we're breaking out? No, we're pushing back down. We're still respecting this area. Again, the charts are telling you guys what's going on. You just got to know how to read it. Okay? So for right now, again, not enough bears showing up to make me confident to sell it, right? But if I get some bears that kind of break below here, right? I'll put it as support. If we get the bears to show up, break below that low, it's game time, all right? We'll put a short position in, stop right above here. That's only 56 pips. Aim for our 1 to 2. Whoop, there it is, all right? That is a position that will absolutely play out, especially if news comes out good for the dollar. All right. So, try to visualize, what I'm explaining to you guys and wait to see this on the chart. this morning when it shows up. You'll know this. You'll know that it's set up. Just by setting your alerts. All right, and seeing when the candles are actually closed on these higher time frames. All right, so again, 4 hours from now, right, is when we can expect. So it's 2 hours right now for this candle, but then another 4 hours, right? We're talking roughly 10 o'clock, and that's when the second amount of news comes out for the dollar. So with that, that's where you're looking to see things or see what the chart is telling you, right? Oh, are you going down now? Or are you still, consolidating in this, support and resistance level, right? Is it still going sideways, or did you break out to the upside? What did you do, around this 10 o'clock time frame? And is your candle closed, or is your candle still open on that time frame? What is it doing? All right. That's what's going to really get you to know. All right. Now, maybe you can get in a little early if you get to the lower time frame, right? So here on the 1 hour, you can see that, again, everything that I'm looking for still needs to play out, right? We need all this wick rejection shows us that we can go up, right? So we need something to tell us that it's going to go down. So all I'm really getting at, guys, is that news is going to give you that additional confirmation or lack of confirmation for the direction of the trade that you want to get into. So just know how to line it up and everything will be okay. All right. But all the non-dollar based pairs look good for a sell. Our dollar looks good now to sell, right? But again, because we have news pending, we just want to wait, right? It's not hard, but it does take, some people just aren't patient, right? You know what I mean? They're itching and scratching, and they have to move. They have to do something. Otherwise, they're going to feel some type of way. So if that's you, good luck. All right. But for everyone else who's able to be patient, trust me, it will pay out. All right. So just mark it up for your alerts and get ready to, try to get into, these opportunities. Okay. Now, again, sometimes situations like these, right, when I'm reading the chart, I'll go ahead and take this, right? This is 15 pip stop loss, and I'll just take it to the low like this, right? This is something you guys could also do if you want to, right? But it's just I'm seeing respect of this high, right, all up in here, and I'm willing to lose this 15 pips to kind of gain this 24 or anything that else that I want to reach for. And then guess what? If news just happens to be in my favor, where it causes the dollar to rise and it causes the odd dollar to fall, well, man, I'm going to get, way more than 30 pips, right? I can bring it down to this swing low to the left and catch 102. So guys, I'm telling you, it's worth the risk sometimes, right? No, if you don't risk it, you'll never know. That's just the way it goes. All right. So again, this is looking like a great selling opportunity. Now, if you guys would like to take advantage, okay? Look, New Zealand dollar alert went off. Let's see what's going on, and it's dropping, guys. So my team is, we're getting more. We were up 5 pips, now we're up 9. Possibly, going to just continue rising. There it is, 10 pips, right? Dollar, all right? I don't really see nothing, right? The candles here still got rejection. So we haven't gotten above that previous day high. We haven't gotten out of the resistance area of the falling channel. None of that stuff has happened. So again, I'm not fully convinced yet that we're going to rise, but I know that we should at some point because, I've seen these things a million times. And then look how things are on the other chart, guys. Again, it's right in front of your face, but if you don't see it, you don't see it, right? Falling channel on the dollar, rising channel, rising channel, rising channel, right? Rising channel. Wait, look at this. It had a rising channel, but look, it broke out to the upside. So that's what I'm trying to get to you guys, right? This is why you wait for the confirmation. This is why you wait for the bears or the bulls to show up. because sometimes it doesn't play out the way that it should. Okay, so be very patient. All right. So let's take a look across the board, guys, see what we got. But again, I'm gonna be looking to sell these, and then the dollar-based pairs. So this one did push up, but didn't get to the previous week high, and now it's looking bearish, right? So not quite bearish, but um, it is uh, it has taken a deep pullback where it's kind of broken structure a little bit right here. So you don't know what you're gonna get for sure. Um, but uh, you'll be wanting to look to buy this, right? And then of course all the other dollar-based pairs, you'll be wanting to look to do the same thing and buy it. All right. But so yeah, so it did rise, but it hit the week, rejected it, and now it fell. So this doesn't look good. All right, to me, from being bullish on the dollar. We've already gotten the break of these previous lows to where we have a lower low now, and then if we put a trend line, we can even see that we got to break a trend line. So will it continue to fall, or is this just a deep pullback, a liquidity grab, because these are equal lows, right? Is it going to grab that liquidity and start to come back up? Time will tell, but it doesn't look good for rising right now. Okay, it looks like it just wants to go ahead and push up a little bit for that fair value gap, and then start to push down and keep doing the same dance, right? Like that. So you got to be careful, with what the charts are telling you guys. It's just something about taking enough losses because of what you feel instead of what the chart is telling you, to where you say, okay, all right, I'm gonna go with what the charts are showing, right? It's just that type of party. All right. So guys, bearish on all of these, bullish on these, but not really, right? Just that's what should happen, but you got to look and just see what does happen. That's how you maintain. All right. So GJ, here's a fan favorite. Let me see. Let me just get it all remarked up really quick. All right. So yeah. Okay. So we broke the high, but we couldn't displace above it. So we rejected, and now we're pushing down again. GJ should fall, but let's get into lower time frame, and what we'll see. Structure is still bullish. Okay. Yeah, it's still bullish right now. So we have this fair value gap to the left, right, between these three candles that the GJ has been respecting. Came and hit it, bounce, hit it again, bounce, rejecting it or hitting it for the third time, and it's already rising. So we very well could see the GJ, just kind of push on up to here, and that's 131 pips. All right, guys. So GJ is looking bullish if you guys are looking for the opportunity there. All right. And that's what you will probably want your position to look like. You could probably get away with putting it right behind the wick, but it's your choice. But it'll probably be better behind the previous low. I mean, the low of the previous day. All right. So a lot of selling potential, right, on a lot of pairs. All right. Pound cat. Yep. Looks like it's going to go bullish. Same for pound CHF. All right. So we took a sell on this, and this one we lost. So we lost 58 pips on this one. But it's still, once it took us out, right? You see it fell. This is just funny. And so now I kind of feel like we may get something similar, but again, I see that it's bullish. So I do expect it to just kind of take off. But I'm also seeing that it could still reject here more and then potentially start to come down. It'll be funny if it does, but not super funny because we already lost, right? But that's just how it goes. So from a higher time frame, yeah, you can kind of see the curvature and the new run up to the upside. So pound New Zealand has a good opportunity, right, to take it long, all right, and have things looking. Let's take this out of the way. We lost it, so here, right, and again, that's 118 if you get behind the previous day, but you probably want it either here or here, but probably run with it like this, 65 pips, and then take it up to that high, right? Up here will give you, that's 77 pips to that high, right? But if you aim for the gusto, that's 215 pips, and pound New Zealand can do that easily within a day or two, all right? So look for your opportunity here, which is really set up right now for you. But determine if you're going to take that or not. I think if you want to take it, you want to wait until it breaks above here. So when price pushes up and that candle opens and closes above here, all right, now it's go time. So then you want to put your position right there, all right, and now you can get it like right behind that little structure higher low, all right. And from there, you got 75 pips that you're risking to make, again, 215, almost giving you a 1 to 3 risk to reward. All right, so that's what it's looking like. Let's go gold. All right. So they said gold rebounds as U.S. dollar yields slip with eyes on Fed guidance. All right, and that was 39 minutes ago. Gold prices inches up on Tuesday, whatever that says, by a weaker U.S. dollar and bond yields ahead of key inflation report and comments from the Federal Reserve officials for further clues on interest rate cuts will commence, right? So it's not really talking about the news for today. It's talking about the interest rates coming up at some point. Let me see if it's this week. Yep, we got PCE on Thursday, and we got unemployment on Thursday, and then we have ISM PMI on Friday. So not really talking interest rates this week, but it's probably coming up, and they're thinking that it's going to cause gold to potentially make a rebound and rise. Already from a market structure standpoint, guys, that's what gold looks like it's doing. It looks like it's rising up again. All right, just going to adjust some levels here. All right, and let me just make sure. It's Friday, that's Monday. All right, this we'll get rid of for now. Okay, so displays. All right, we're just pushing. I mean, we're really just kind of consolidating, really on go for a little bit right now. Yeah, it's broke this high, made a new high, higher low, but then didn't make a higher high. So confusion right here. We still are pulling back to this order block. We tapped into it, right? So there's our technical higher, higher low from here. And now we're pushing up. We broke this high, but we didn't break this one. So again, all of this is just really noise, all right? And this is what will confuse a lot of traders because um, they're looking to pick a direction, obviously, and there's none really to be, gravitating to just yet. So once again, forcing yourself to trade and waiting for the trade to set up, obviously are two separate things. All right. And you want to see things that tell you, okay, yeah, it's time to buy or it's time to sell. A lot of times that's the number one question, amongst new traders. So with gold, or as far as gold is concerned, it is rising, right? It is rising because the last thing I see is this higher low, right? And I don't see anything where I can say, oh, we made lower lows and lower highs. There's nothing there. So this is all bullish. And if anything was to happen, I would expect it to, continue rising. Like if you wanted to take a play, do that and, try to catch it on up. But for me, because it didn't break this high, it could easily, come up to here and then reject it. And now you got some iteration of a double top, okay, where it breaks the neckline and now it shoots on down, does this, comes down, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So um, a lot of possibilities on gold, and I won't be taking any kind of trade on it until I can really determine the direction, right? So when news comes out, if it, it sounds bad for the dollar, if it does come out bad, then possibly gold will continue to shoot up out of here because it's already bullish, okay? But I need to wait for that to happen and see, if I get enough confirmation on these higher time frames to take gold for a buy. And if I do, I simply look left. Here's a high sitting right there, and then again here is another one sitting right here. All right. So look at that. If I buy, it could be short lived, just to 2042. All right. And that's roughly, $6-7 move on gold, right? Which is cool, right? 60, 70 pips, that's good. But then it could reverse from there. But if it kind of breaks above that weekly high in this resistance area, okay, now I'm like, yeah, we should at least get to this level. And counting from here to here, that's a $13 move. That's 130 pips on gold. All right. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. But if it never shows, then I'm never going to take it. Right. If gold comes up, rejects the previous week high, rejects the resistance level, and starts to do this, okay? Oh, I'm buying. I'm sorry, I'm selling. Right. I'll be right here for the sell, right there for my stop loss, and I'll probably get to down here for my take profit, right? Of course, I'm going to be locking in profits as it drops, does its thing, right? I'll be putting my stop loss, putting my stop loss, putting my stop loss, just trying to catch it all the way down. All right, guys, you got to know how to manage your positions, right? Scale in to lock in profits, set a trailing stop loss, all those things, I teach you, if you're in my Discord. So if you're not in the mix, get in the mix. All right, guys. ForexWithBain.com. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for me, guys, if you haven't already. All right. So nothing yet on gold, but it's bullish. All right. Oil. Right now, I'm liking what I'm seeing right now with the rejection of this fair value gap. But let me make sure that I got things lined up correctly. Okay, that looks correct. Take away this for now. Okay, we take out the lows, close green, and we didn't quite take out the high. We started rejecting it from that fair value gap, and we're starting to push down. So looking at oil, guys, just like this, you can see that, yes, it was bullish, right? You know, the structure of it all was bullish. And it seems like, you know, to a degree, right, we do have this fair value gap sitting right in this area to where we should continue to push up and get out of there. But as you guys can look at this trend line, like on the lower time frame, we started having a change of character. And then these, you know, looking at this level, you can't see it. Let me put it out. But here, right, we weren't getting above this high area. All right. So that's a tattletale sign. Like when you reach up to a high, but you can't get past it. Right. Okay. Maybe we're getting ready to reverse is, you know, what that's about. So coming back to the lower time frame here, right now we're getting all the details. So really it just kind of looks like we're going to fall from this area at least down to, you know, somewhere right here before potentially rising. But we could also respect this trend line, right, and then bounce and go up. So oil is, it's a little in the mix, but I'm seeing all of this rejection, and now we came down to make a lower high with the rejection. So I just kind of expect it to fall and just start to do one of these numbers like this. All right. So I'm just going to be watching oil again, guys. It's not going to hurt to take the position now because, you know, it's worth it's worth the risk, right? Just a simple position like this is enough to, you know, get you a good you know, a good amount of money on oil. All right. It's from 77 to 75. That's a $2 move. That's 200 pips, right? So we don't need to do a whole lot, right? But this is definitely an opportunity, you know, for you guys to kind of take it. It's the only reason why it's premature, guys, is because of this trend line that it could potentially respect. But you can see there's a fair value gap here that we may want to come back to retest or potentially just continue reversing from this break of the trend line. All right. So oil, you know, you have a selling opportunity there. All right. NAS. All right. Consolidating, but I'm waiting for it to drop because we sold SPY. All right. And look, SPY has broken that previous low, giving us a new low, and now it looks like it's getting ready to drop. All right. So I'm hoping for good news on the dollar, but who knows? Even if it's bad news, that could probably still cause SPY and the rest of the indices to fall. All right. But from the looks of it, as of right now, it looks like it's already on its way down. All right. I'm just going to make an adjustment. Here is our new high. And here is that low. Okay, so it kind of looks like we're respecting this low and we could rise. So like I mentioned, that dollar news sounding pretty, you know, pretty bad. That's, you know, that's a possibility that this can begin to rise up. All right, but let's see. Yeah. So fair value gap right here. Okay. So again, it's still looking bearish. All right, as we're still up in that fair value gap, but we're respecting it, and you know, a few bears are starting to show up so far. So again, I'm gonna ride this one out for the sell for sure. Whether it hits my stop loss or not, you know, it just looks good. I have a bit of a head and shoulders right here. If you guys can't see it, here's the left, right about here. That's the left shoulder. All right, we got the head right around there, and then we got the right shoulder right around there. All right, kind of put it really right there. Right, it's not your textbook head and shoulders, guys, and typically it never is. Right, that's just how it looks in the books. But left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline. We broke it, went and made the new low, pushing back into it. Again, we may pull up a little more, but then, we should get the drop. So I still feel good about SPY falling. And again, my team is already in it. We've been up, we've been sideways, we've been down, and now, I feel like we're going to finally get the push that we need. Again, just news is going to, determine that, right? But there's a huge drop to be made on these indices, all right? US 30, same deal. We took the sell. We're in profit, and it did the same thing, except this doesn't look quite like a head and shoulders. It looks more like a double top, all right? And then we broke the neckline, pull back. So again, I'm expecting us to drop, later this morning. Guys, I just feel today is going to be an eventful day, all right? With the stock market opening at 9:30. I'm not sure what earnings are going to be reported, but it's probably going to play a factor as there's just major news from 8:30 to 10, along with the market opening at 9:30. It's going to make things, really, really move. So as you get your day started, please look out for your opportunities because they're going to be there. All right. And I think that'll do it, guys. I mean, everything looks crystal clear, right? On the indices, right? Except for NAS. NAS is still, moving sideways. And until it, breaks above, these highs or these lows, we really don't know what it wants to do. But, obviously set your alerts and, get ready for whatever it is that you believe it will do. But for me, I would like for it to fall because that's what all the other indices look like they're going to do. But definitely want to see the bears at least, push down and break the low, right? If it can break the low, then yeah, I'll be a happy camper. I'll take the sell, without waiting for the pullback, right? I can be a breakout trader at that point. Or obviously I can wait for the pullback, but I think I'll take it because, again, it's already been gearing up for that move. So once it breaks that low, it tells me, okay, well, now you want to go lower, right? I don't know how far you're going to pull back before you go lower, but this break here is telling me that you want to go lower, all right? So if I want to survive any kind of pullback, logically, I can tell here's a high, here's a high, here's a high, and here's one. So which one of those do I want to place my stop loss behind, right? It always becomes a personal preference at that point. So what you'll notice over time is the tighter you put your stop loss, the more chances you have of getting it hit. The further away you put your stop loss, right, the less chances you have of getting it hit. So price is going to do all of this. You're going to be like, oh man, it's going up. It's not going to fall, and then kaboom, right? That's how it does. All right. So again, just know that things are looking really, really good. And we just got to wait for news to kind of, give us that ignition to set it off on whichever direction. All right. Let me get me some alerts set on here. Guys, do you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, any pairs that you guys would like to take a look at? Look at that rejection again. So funny. We lose it and usually turn around and I see it go in our favor. But it's name of the game. Remember GJ looking, decent for a buy. Yep, it's going down. So, sometimes when you see this, again, if any of my members are in here, guys, for this New Zealand dollar, right? You want to just start getting rid of your risks, right? Start putting it like this, right? That's only 10 pips. So in case it, breaks above that high, right? Okay, you lost 10 pips, right? No big deal, right? Maybe it wants to do a deeper pull, with whatever happened with news, and then it'll turn around. Well, guess what? Now you'll get back in, you'll make your 10 pips back plus an additional 90 pips, right? So you have to know how to adjust and manage your trades after you get in your trades, not just take things that are being called out because, someone else calls it, right? You gotta really get in the mix with this, guys, and be active, which is why it's good not to take a whole bunch of trades, right? If you just got into one or two trades, those are easily manageable, all right? Gold alert is going off, and there it is. It's starting to push up, right? As I feel like it will, but we'll see when things get rolling. Actually, let me bring that back and pound New Zealand. Yep, so getting rejection. Right, it's crazy. Right, but nothing set in stone just yet. We don't have enough. And again, guys, I'll never rush you guys to get into a trade because it's completely unnecessary. Right? I know you show up to look to get into a trade, but that's just exactly what we do. We're looking, right? If nothing's there, we're not taking anything. All right. But if it is, then we are. All right. So I'm just gonna kind of scan through. All right, one moment. All right. Okay, my team was looking at ArtCat because it had another rising channel, and it looks like it can still play out. So again, another play for you guys. ArtCat. What else were we looking at? Is this? Nope. Nope. I think we could get a drop on CHF JPY, but it's just doing nothing. 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 Mm, nice double bottom, broke neckline, got a little bit of the fair value gap and took off, and it got above this high. So I think we're going to push higher. Okay, but I do see potential for pullback as well. But this is a very nice wide double bottom. Okay, nothing there. All right, we're reaching some highs here on Euro JPY, so we may start to fall from there. We got a good push up without any kind of pullback. All right, so Euro JPY may be one that you guys want to take a look at for a selling opportunity. Okay, Euro NZD, nothing. We got a falling channel. All right, we do have that, so it's not nothing, but kind of from right here. All right, it's actually kind of more like a wedge. So there and there. All right, guys. So a bullish opportunity, right? Like this. Okay, and that's on the Euro New Zealand. All right, this is 193 pips. Again, we're taking it off the daily, right, from the structure that we see. But again, you can get to a lower time frame and find these structure levels that you can get behind, with a smaller stop loss. All right. Um, but it's up to you. Either way, it looks bullish for sure on the Euro NZD. All right. Very nice falling wedge breakout. Probably going to get a drop and then, rise to the top. All right. So keep that on your watch list. All right. Yep. That looks good. All right. Let's see. Most of the pound pairs we've reviewed. Seeing if anything's here. Oh man. All right. So guys, look what happened with this rising channel, right? Again, just try to show you guys how this goes. And when you see it enough, you know how to play it, right? That's also how things go. Rising channel broke out, retested, but gave us a deep retest, right? If we would just put this, level here, boom, just a deep retest, right? Didn't really break, didn't really break, didn't really break. Bears showed up. So now it should be rock and roll time on the NZD CHF. So guys, look for your selling opportunity on NZD CHF because I believe that it is there, and you can get away with pretty decent, positions, right? Getting in now, stop like that, and bring it on down, okay? Or you can take another position at the very top, right? Once again, to get yourself a better, price, right? We sell high, okay, and then take it on down as well to that same low. So you have these opportunities setting up on the NZD CHF, all right? So looking really good for that. And then what was it, NZD CAD? No, what was the other one? Euro JPY. Yeah, for the sell, all right? Try to see if you can grab something off of that. Yep, that's looking good. All right, yeah, guys, don't really see too much more of anything else. So it's going to be mostly indices and the dollar, the dollar pairs that are going to, give us good movement and opportunity, at least for today. All right, oil has that potential of dropping, but it's just it's real tight, right? It's not as clean as I would like it to be for us to, feel confident. But we do have opportunities. All right, guys. So again, just want to open it up for any comments, questions, or concerns. So I'll give you guys a minute. All right, guys. If there's no questions or anything, I'd like to say thank you once again for joining. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on all my social media pages and join me there as well. Forexwithbain.com is where you can find everything and, get in the mix with me, all right? But in the meantime, in between time, you guys have a great morning. Be safe out there, and I will see you later. Peace.